What's happening, people? I hope you're all well. So, the one thing you don't do when you've just been dumped, the one thing that you don't do, the one thing that you don't do is you do not blow up her phone. You do not start venting to your ex-girlfriend about all your frustrations about the relationship. That is the one thing that you don't do. You do not stalk your ex-girlfriend. You do not send paragraphs or text messages about, I was there for you, I did everything for you, I supported you. Do not do that. And you might be thinking to yourself, why? Why can't I do that? And when you get dumped, it is perfectly understandable to be in an emotional state. But the one thing you cannot do is vent to your ex-girlfriend about your frustrations and about your disapproval of her decision. You cannot vent to your ex-girlfriend. That is the one thing you do not do. And the reason is quite simple. The language of the conscious mind is very different to the language of the subconscious mind. So men, we're very logical, typically speaking, and we're problem solvers and we like to make things make sense. So we're going to systematically almost list the reasons why she shouldn't be dumping us and list the reasons why you're unhappy with her decision and you're unhappy maybe about certain aspects of the relationship that have happened. So you could say, I supported you, I did this for you, I did that for you, and you're still leaving me. As men, we're going to logically try and work through the situation, but women are often going to emotionally work their way through a situation. As men, sometimes we're going to logically work our way through a situation, where women are going to feel their way through a situation. I'll say it one more time. As men, often we logically work our way through situations. As men, we logically work our way through situations, where women feel their way through situations. So you're logically listing why she's making the wrong choice. You're logically stating why you're unhappy with her decision and how you were there for her and how it makes sense, almost like it makes sense. I was there for you, I did this and that for you, so therefore you shouldn't be leaving me. You're going to try and make sense of the situation. But a woman's going to feel her way through the situation. So she, for whatever reason, it may be your fault, it may not be your fault, it may be a mixture of your fault and not your fault. She just doesn't feel like being in that relationship anymore. And you have to respect that decision, and you have to show emotional maturity about her decision. You cannot force someone to be with you if they don't want to be with you anymore. It doesn't matter how much you've done for them. And this is why, a woman, I remember one time when a woman wasn't, she rejected me. And, we've all been rejected as men. I remember one time a woman rejected me, and one of the things that I said to her, one of the things I said to her is like, cool. I said, cool. And I was like, look, we were talking and I was like, look, you don't owe me anything. You don't owe me anything. And it's true, a woman doesn't owe you to be with you because you've done X, Y, and Z. You should never build a relationship based on, I've done this for you, I'm building leverage, and you now can't leave me because I've done all this for you. It's not how it works. A relationship is a mutual setting where you both want to be in that relationship. And when one of you doesn't want to be in that relationship, you have to accept that. So the one thing you cannot do, going back to the topic of this video, the one thing you cannot do is vent to your ex-girlfriend. She says she doesn't want to be with you anymore. You cannot say, but I supported you through your studies. I financially supported you. I did this and that for you. It's one, you're showing a lack of understanding of the subconscious language that we speak. Two, you're showing a lack of emotional maturity to respect and accept her decision. And 3, ultimately, if you want this woman back, if you want to reattract this person, you're not actually taking the steps to reattract this person. As men, sometimes what we think we have to do, we actually have to do the opposite. As men, we think that we can logically work our way through a situation, but a woman is often operating from an emotional stance. I'm not saying women have no logic whatsoever, but often women will operate from an emotional stance more than us. So don't vent. What you do need to do is just accept her decision. I'm telling you honestly, like, you think that, and it's very tempting, you know, like, because here's the thing, like, I'm a guy, and I'm telling you, it's perfectly understandable to feel short-handed when you've done so much with someone and they just say, no thanks. Like, you do feel like it is frustrating. It's very tempting to say, well, I did this, I did that, I did this, I did that, I did that, I did that. I actually did more than you, and you're just saying no thanks. And you seem to have just taken all the benefit of, you seem to have taken all the benefit of knowing me and just walked off into the sunset, possibly of a guy who's done nothing for her. It's very tempting to vent and express your frustrations, but it doesn't lead you anywhere. And oftentimes it just makes the situation worse. You know, the language of love is complex. You know, if a woman says she doesn't want to be with you anymore and you feel that way, keep it to yourself, tell your friends. You know, it's very, very understandable. You know, we're men. Sometimes we're expected to act like robots and be robots, but we're not robots. You know, we are human beings. So as men, you know, it's perfectly understandable to feel short-handed. Maybe if you've done so much to someone and they say no thanks, they don't want to be with you anymore. It's perfectly understandable to feel bad about the situation. It's also perfectly understandable that you don't want her to dump you even though she's dumping you. Like, it's perfectly understandable because you love this person. You don't want her to dump you. You're accepting her decision, but you still want to give it another go. That's perfectly understandable. But the energy that you need to be projecting to her, you know, you can feel terrible not eating, not drinking, not sleeping, only thinking about her when you're at work or when you're at the gym. You don't want it to end. She's ended it with you. You feel like she's short-handed you. It's perfectly okay to feel like that. But so you can feel like that, but the energy you need to be projecting is a man on his mission doing his thing, and maybe is upset that it's over, but ultimately can continue on with his life and achieve his goals. That's the energy you need to be projecting to her and the world. And ultimately, you know, if you want this person back, that's gonna increase the chances. And if you don't want this person back, well, projecting that energy is never a bad thing, right? And fake it till you make it. Eventually, that's the energy that you'll feel like. So don't vent. I know it's tempting. Don't do it. Just say cool, walk away. Feel bad in your own time, or vent, or find support networks like your friends, people who you can talk to. But to her, if she dumps you, no matter how you feel, if you don't want her back, just say cool and walk off. If you do want her back, say cool, I would like to work this out, but if you don't, I respect that decision. And then she'll probably still say no, but that's the most you can do. Walk away, go no contact, and ultimately continue with your life. But do not vent. Let me know what you think about what I said here. Like the video, subscribe to the channel, leave a comment, hit the notification bell so you get a notification when I make a new video. If you appreciate my work and want to leave a donation, there's a link for that in the description. With that, enjoy the rest of your day, and I'll see you on the next one. For mortgage advice tailored towards your individual needs, contact PGB Mortgages today. Let them guide you through your home buying journey. Contact details are in the description.